Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and I thought I would show you real quick what I've been working on. My drop paper that I was using for the past few days now looks like this. I cut it down, cut some of the edge pieces, so I've got, you know, a couple sides, and then I got some circles and some whale tails, which some sides, you know, sometimes it's obvious which side you want, sometimes it's not so obvious, because sometimes both sides look good, and it might be harder to choose depending on what I'm working on. So I think those are real fun. So the circles are going to go in my layering bits, and the whale tail tabs will go with my whale tails tabs, which are in that drawer there. And then this could get cut down, or it could be a page in a journal, but it'll probably go wonky or something. So that will go with my journal pages. And then also I worked on some stuff out of my box. Let's see, that kind of goes with those. Just this one was almost finished. It had this on here and I just needed to add something. I added some script in sepia because it was really bugging me, because that was the only brown like that was on there, and the sepia really helped, and also adding some more black helped. So now I like that much better. This just had the flower on it, and I added a little bit of stamping and that little piece of decorative tape that I made, and added some yellow. So now we have yellow, 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 so that kind of makes our triangle. And then a little pink up there to go with that pink there. And I used my small punch, you know, like the little tiny punch, and put a hole in the tickets, like you know, sometimes tickets have holes in them. And then this was just in my box, and I just it opens like that so that you can write in it. So it's journal spot, and it'll be a pocket. And then I added washi on the back of these so that they don't just break off, so that my flower can kind of hang off. So that's all I did with that one. This one, that's all that was on here too, was the flower. So I added some circles, 2 circles that I cut, and then, oh, this is sepia by accident. I pulled out the blue, but the blue was on top of the sepia, and apparently I pulled out both and then just wasn't paying attention. So we got a contrasting color with the sepia, I guess. And then this is just a little ticket thing that I just stapled on there. And then these all were like, they must have all been cut from the same paper. And they were in, so I just used my Twilight VersaFine Claire and did my mushroom stamps, the 3 that I could find. Well, it was only 3 of these anyway. And, you know, those filled up the bottom, and then at the top I did a little bit of stamping around with some of this one with the lines and the crackle stamp, and then added a little bit of collage bits up at the top. Added this down here just to bring that off-white down to the bottom, and then just put a label up there, which brought, because this has got brown and blue, so it worked really well. And then I had the label over to the left, so I just added a number stamp there. So that is how those turned out. And then this one, I just did that stamp and a little bit of other stamping around it to fill it out, make it look a little bit more better. So those are really nice, and they go really well together too. And then this one I finished off a piece of paper, a stamp, used my just colored pencils you can use. I used my Derwent, and then added that label down at the bottom. So that is what I worked on today, and I thought I would do a couple more like these, because I'm pretty sure that I've got plenty. Oh, also, I separated my to-do box. So these are all my painted and inks, and the other box is all my, whoops, something just flew, all my collage ones. So these are all collage, and then any that were just scraps I put in a scraps box. So these are all collage, bigger pieces, smaller pieces, all different size pieces that just need focal points basically. And these are all painted and inked. Like this one could probably just go in my finished ephemera, except I just need to back it, I guess. But there's not much. I'm putting that in my finished ephemera. I'm like, there's not much more I would do with that. All right, I'm looking for some that were kind of plain All right, like this one here is just like a thin layer of paint on there, I think, as is that one. So those two will work for what I want to do. And this one I think will also work. That's just some watercolor. Also, this one is just dyed with inks, distress inks. And I was thinking maybe even just like a coffee dyed one, so that you guys could see that, you know, you could just use your coffee dyed. I mean, you can use anything. You could use painty bits. You could use dyed bits. You could just use cardstock. Oh, that's a fun tag. I always pull out way more than I need. I don't know why. Ooh, I like the grungy look of that one though. That's got some greens and browns. This one is just a index card that's been dyed. Like I said, pulling out way more than I need to. I was looking for just a piece of coffee dyed cardstock. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull out our flowers. Oh, my aunt sent me this one, so I want to try these. I haven't tried these yet. She got them for 70 cents. They're Fiskars. I didn't even know Fiskars made stamps. Are these like sucky stamps that you have to use with the thing? Because look, they're showing it with the positional thing. Alright, I'm throwing away the packaging because that's what I do. I don't hold on to packaging. I kind of want to do mushrooms on that one though. Ooh, this might be fun for this. And then I've got like, there's like some reddish pinks, some tans, some, oh, thick up. Oh, is that weird if I use forest moss? Alright, this is the other problem with stamps that are cheap, is sometimes they don't want to come off stuff very easily. There we go. Or, actually, I might, let's see, thinking of just kind of putting that like that. How about using, I don't have a lot of colors, I just have the Twilight and the Pine Cone of Diversifying Clair, but that would pop nicely and kind of keep it in the neutrally area. And I can also use a little bit of forest moss for some other stamping or stenciling. And what's that pink color? I don't know. What do you think that pink color is? It's kind of a, actually, aged mahogany might work nicely. It shouldn't be too Christmassy. Could even do this in like the sepia might even work. I think this is kind of a reddish brown though, and I kind of want to see how that does. So let me go ahead and grab out, this is my box that has this foam piece, which sometimes can be helpful when you're stamping, and also my big acrylic thingamabob. That's what they're called, thingamabobs. Acrylic block. Like, that's such a hard word. Oh my word, it's not hard at all, Darcy. Why are you making it? Alright, I'm gonna do like Gail does and my hand oils. Alright, and stamping it for the first time, so if I were smart, I would go ahead and stamp it on something else first. I'm not always smart, but I'm not totally sure that's the brown I want. So I am going to be smart and just kind of, that is not the brown I want. It's too brown. Let's try the sepia and see how that one looks. Just going to have like a whole bunch of good background paper to play with later, aren't we? That's better. With these tones, the sepia is definitely better. But what if I went whole hog red? With the aged mahogany. I know it's a distress ink, so it doesn't always play as nicely. I could do this on book page too, and then I would have some things. If it were a little bit darker, it'd be better, but I think I'm gonna go for it. Just make sure I get it all over. I think aged mahogany is one I wouldn't mind having the big ink pad for. You know what I mean? Or a permanent. Well, I probably do have something that's a little bit more permanent. That probably would have been smart to look for. Oh, the plum I don't think is quite right though. That's too purpley. It's purpley, but I don't hate it. Alright, that is where we're going. We're going with the plum, which is more like a red violet. In my opinion, I mean, that's more red violet than, or some plums I guess are kind of like that. Alright. Where'd our foam go? We lost our foam. I didn't use the foam on the other ones. Oh, because the other ones I did differently. This one, I want to be able to see where I put it down so I can get it. I'm going to press with purpose. Yeah, I don't hate that. That looks pretty decent. Okay. Just go ahead and get that ink off of there. Alright, and then we have some circular bits on there already. And the plum, alright, I like the plum because it's not as red. So now we won't go Christmassy with our thing. So my lines, which is one of my favorite things to use, because it's just a nice basic thing. And then I'm just going to kind of press the corner there, press a corner there, press a corner there, and kind of go corner and up the side there. So now that gives me a little bit more in the background, and I think you can see how that kind of adds to it. This is still the focal point. It warmed it up somehow. I don't know. It makes it feel a little bit less blank. I don't know. I like doing that. And I think that's good. And then I'll round the edges. So yeah, don't forget to use your stamps. That's what this is about. Use your stamps. I'm going to do the 1/2 inch. You could also just do the Rachel Roxy Creations cut and whatnot. And then I might just go ahead and edge it with, is that the one that had green on? No, it has blue. I had one earlier that had green on it, but no, that one's bluish black. I really need to label these. That's turquoise. That's close enough. It's not too far off the green. There we go. Alright, so that one I think turned out nicely. I like the plum. The plum worked. Alright, so just taking something that's a little bit more plain. That one wasn't as plain as some of the other ones, but because of the way it got all kind of smushy in the middle, then there was a perfect place for a focal point right there. I could add like a little piece of material, fabric, or what if I added just like a little bit of that? I mean, you could still add other stuff for texture and whatnot. Like I could add a little something there and like a whale tail up the top if I wanted to add a little bit of something. Or it's perfectly fine as it is like that. Or I could add like a big number even. There's lots of things that could happen. I could do to do a little bit more stamping. Let's see. Whoops. I'm going over the first stamp with that a little bit. And then what else? What is this? Guaranteed to be strictly high grade? Why not? That's the flower. It's guaranteed to be strictly high grade. There we go. That kind of grounds it a little bit. I think that's good. It's a little blank right there, but that's okay. We don't have to cover every single area. Okay, so that one is done. And then there's this one. So let's find a color that would work. Actually, the Faded Jeans or the Seafarer. I think the Seafarer could could work really well. It's a little bit bigger and easier to work with. And these are, they're a little wide, but that's okay if they go off of it a little bit. All right. Yeah, that should be good. If I wanted it to be super clear, I could use the VersaFine clear. So I'm going to line this up so that my mushroom is on the corner there. And I'm pressing down like this. I just like to do that. When I have a squared off bottom and I know where to put it, squared off bottom, then that's how I like to do it. I get a nice clean print out of that, and I like that. Now, what are we going to do to make this look a little less naked? That's the question right there. We could add a little piece of fabric. We could just add another word. Or numbers, or anything really. Shipment, collect, perfection. Oh, that might be fun. Just do that one at the top. I'm just going to do it in the same color, because this had a nice background with the watercolor. It was watercolor background is what it was, but now there's not a big blank spot at the top. Also, I could come in with let's see, that pinkish color. Do I have anything here? No. Let's look at oh my goodness, let's look at the mementos. So this little thing of drawers I got at the thrift store. Nothing super special there. Is the angel pink going to be too light? Yeah, it might be. I think this pink grapefruit is going to be too orange. Actually, it might be okay. It's chalky, which is kind of cool. Alright, I'm going to take this off of this because I don't need perfect stamping, and I'm going off the edges a little bit with this time. I think I'll use this. That is super wet and chalky. I think it's a chalk. It's yep, chalk ink. So it's more opaque, I think. So I just kind of want to get it on the corners a little bit like that, just little bits here and there. So it's just a hint of it here and there, but it man, I got ink all over me now. So it just makes a difference, I think. That's just me. You guys might not like that, or you might be thinking, "Hey, thank you for giving us ideas." Because this is all words up here, I would not mind having like either a label or just a piece of let's see, a piece of digital or some kind of scrap. I'm looking for a scrap. If I find the right scrap. I don't know. Do we have to find the exact right scrap? Not necessarily. But I mean, yes, it does have to be a good scrap. It just doesn't have to be an exact, perfect scrap. But, you know, that'd be a little much. Just saying. That might be a little much. Or even a stamp would probably be good too, but it would need to be, well, I probably wouldn't pick a rose. And I'd probably want it smaller. Oh, what about one of these? Do any of those go? They all go up and down in my brain. In my brain, those go up and down. So does that. So there are certain things I don't like to go the wrong direction, and damask is one of them, or damask, or however you like to say that. Let's see. Nope. Nope. I kind of just want to break up those words a little bit. What if we use these further apart flowers, maybe? I think these are stickers. I think they are. I know they are. So I'm going to cut that there. And cut that there and ink it up so that it's not quite so white. And I think I'm just gonna put it, I might wrap it around the side. It's an option. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. But it breaks up those words a little bit for me because they were a lot. There. That's one way to do it. There's no right or wrong way. You just do what makes you happy. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's do this one maybe. Now this one I could keep it big like this, or I could make it smaller. Let's see, what do I have? Now I do wish that I hadn't ruined this stamp, but because it's like good size for that. But I kind of did. I kind of ruined it because I did. Because I used it on my gel plate, and so yeah. Let's see. But I mean, I could try it with one of those wet chalky paints. This is green and brown. What's one of these chalk paints that's more opaque? Oh, or even like a distress oxide, maybe. Pumpkin. What would that look like? All right, it might be stupid. It might mess it up, but let's just try it. I mean, it's covering it, which some of the inks don't. Maybe we'll like it, maybe we won't. Can always just add something over it if we don't. Alright, I'm going to do it this way. Just because I can get good contact if I don't move the paper. It's even better. I don't think I moved the paper. Nope, it's super light and the wrong color. That's alright. Now it can just be background. And I can put something else on there. I definitely want to put some more background bits. Where'd this go? This might be good. Let's turn this over where we don't have where we just had. Okay, and then I'm just gonna kind of go around my edges a little bit. And down there. Could even get a little bit in the middle since we can't really see that anyway. This is why you want to have a drop paper if you can. Makes for something interesting later on. Let's see. So if you mess it up with a stamp that you didn't love, there's certain things you can do. One thing I could do is go ahead and stamp something different on this, like maybe one of the not that one, I just did that one. Where's a different one? Alright, let's do this with the, is that the right height? That is pretty much. Alright, let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, and just gonna write that on that side. It's straight on the other sides. It's okay. And you know me, I don't like things perfectly in the middle. I don't mind that that pokes out like that though. But which edge do I want it? I think I want my ground espresso so that it shows a little bit more. Hopefully. I don't know. It will over here. There we go. Let's see. This has all these circles up here, so I think I'm going to put that up there. And then maybe down here. I mean, I don't have to keep it that big either. But like down here, we could kind of put a tag. I mean, what's this? A ticket like that, or Piece of vellum even. That's backwards, I think. Yep. It was frontwards. Could be a piece of vellum. Just something to add something down there. Could be... Now, I know these are not the right colors at all. Okay. Do you have anything that's the right? Let's see. That I don't hate. I mean, I'm okay that some of the other things sticks out a little bit here and there. Alright, this is it's just some gel plate prints that I cut out of a thing at some point. Doesn't do much for it though, does it? Just gonna find something.
Do you need nice stuff? That's the thing.
I mean, I don't hate that. It's similar in color, it just needs to be a little bit more grungy. It's just a little bit on the clean side, isn't it? Where did my... There it is. I was looking for the thing from my coffee one. Alright, do I want to add anything else in the background? That's the question. I mean, that's one of the questions. Like, for instance, do I want to add...
Things that we're using to collect the water.
Probably, oh, actually, maybe just a little bit of, just for another kind of size. And I'll just do this in the... Okay, if I know what color I'm using, then I can pick the right brush to begin with. So this is just bringing another pattern size to the piece. Is all I'm doing with this. Just add a little bit more interest. And I don't have to do it everywhere. I just kind of balanced it in the two corners. Okay, hubby came in and interrupted me, and I got all discombobulated, and I've been just looking for what just the right perfect thing. There is no just the right perfect thing. Like, that could work. Where's the other piece? Oh, this is similar to that color, and I don't mind covering up that mushroom just to bring that lightness down a little bit more again. And where'd my stamp? I had a stamp at some point. He's gone forever. Who knows where he ended up. And then I was thinking could add a little bit, just add that there, just so it's not all samey. And I don't know. Do we want to add two labels? Is that actually? I don't hate that. I don't know what happened to my... And then I want to bring the circles over here. So let's do the circle first, and then we can see what we still need after the circle is on there. The struggle is going to be that I've got layers now. So getting the circle to cover all those layers is going to be a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to make sure I press where the because this is cardstock on there, so that's... Yay, I didn't get a big line. Sometimes you get kind of a... You can see that it was done afterwards, but that's okay. That already helps. What if I do some stamping here too? What does this say? Proprietor of ideas. Like, just kind of overlap. I don't know. We could try it. Can't hurt. Just wanted it to feel a little bit more one piece, I guess. I don't know if I'm getting it everywhere. Yeah, see, but there you can see that I did kind of mess it up a little bit. And it's crooked. We're not going to worry about it. We're just going to let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Where's the one? There it is. This is. I do want to bring some lightness down here, though. I think that will help. Because it's not exactly the same color, but it's similar enough that it should work. All right, and then was that the one? No, it was smaller than that. Wasn't it smaller than that? I think it was smaller than that. Yep, it was. It was this one, I think, is what I was thinking about putting there. Yeah, I think that will work. And then there we go. And then something with the corners. This is kind of rounded. That one's not, but that's all right. I think I'll just round the corners with the 1/4 inch. Make sure that's open all the way would be good. And we have a journal card. It is a busy journal card, don't get me wrong. I see it. I see it's busy. I see it, I see it, I see it. Which one's the, that one's the brown one. That one's the darker one. All right, put those back in there. That goes back in there. I want to a little bit of the darker espresso, ground espresso around the edge here. It just frames it out. And then I could cover that, but I kind of like that people can see that, you know, it's not a digital. It's a real background there. All right, so there are 3. I did not say this was going to be a quartet. I was just going to give you ideas of what to do with your stamps and your somewhat plain backgrounds. And it's already getting long, so I don't know. Do we keep going or not? See this one. So like if you took just even a piece of plain cardstock, you could do something like that. Oh, like for this one, I might go ahead and do something that is similar to that color. What is that color? Is speckled egg too light? Let's see, it might be too light. That one is speckled egg. That might be too, and that one might be too, something between speckled egg and how about tumbled glass. Maybe that one will work. Let's try it. I want a subtle background is what I'm going for here. Doesn't have to be full coverage either. That's definitely subtle. So now it's not plain anymore. And I could still add something in a darker color and it would still pop nicely. Oh, I could even do, that's letters. I don't want to do numbers with letters necessarily. What would I want to do? Ooh, how about, that's just a line. That's not an actual pocket. Alright, Carrie wants me to show how I made these, Carrie the Crafter. So I will be doing that in an upcoming video soon. Soon-ish. Depends on how my week goes. Alright, I got more pockets back here, don't I? Nope. I do not have more. I need to make more pockets. I am out of pockets on this. That's dumb. Okay. Just stick that back there. Now, I want something bigger or something smaller, something different anyway. What did I just use? The tumbled glass. I want to use that again. It'll be a little darker though because I think that's my dark. Yeah, that definitely is darker. Alright. And So then if I wanted to come and do like one of my mushrooms, which would fit nicely right there, I could do it in a dark color. It doesn't have to be the mushrooms. It could be anything really. I mean, I like the mushrooms because they're square. It's my daisy, my big daisy stamp. That could even be, let's do that in black. That might pop. Where'd the black go? I had it. It's right here. All right. Probably would have been better if I had, I don't really want the stem on there. Whoops, well, that went over farther than I anticipated it going. But once it lands, that's kind of where you got to put it. But there we go, that's fun. That's just a little piece of pop art kind of a deal. And then you can add some more stamping if you want to. If you want to do it in black. What is this, Postmaster? That might be fun on the bottom. That don't need that side. I just do the Postmaster side. That is really wet though. And that really, I like this with the tone, the color on color with the black on the front. Really makes the black pop, I think. And I think that is fun. I just need to let it dry. So there's another idea. We already have some texture on back of here. Do we want to try that with the black stamping too? See what else would work? Let's see. What else do I have? Oh, I got animals. Where are my animals? Animals. Oh, butterfly. Butterfly's too big. Alright, dragonfly. Could go that way with the dragonfly. He will just fit. We like a dragonfly. Just do him. Whoa! About to have craft lunch. Trying to pile up too many things over here. And I could come in and do a little bit more pattern on there too, but I think that's enough pattern. Because we've got one pattern. It looks like two different patterns even if it's not. Alright, let's just, I guess it kind of goes this way. Taking a chance because I can't see exactly where it is, but I should be able to hopefully get a good impression, which I did. And then like a label right there might be perfect. Not even just a label, just do the black on black again. We could do like a different, you know, one of these stampy labels. Ooh, specimen. Like the specimen right there. Yep, let's just do that. Super simple. They can be super simple or they could be really elaborate. It's whatever you want them to be. Try not to move it. Press it with purpose. There we go. And yeah, I really like, I think I like the black. Just the black with the color on tone backgrounds. I like that. That's a nice look. I do like those quite a bit. What about just this cardstock piece? Could do the same thing. Like if I were going to do a tone on tone. Could do this like little library card thing. I could do it like here. And then more tone on tone. I don't know. I mean, we get the small print and the bigger just thing. So now if we did something big, oh, I have smaller butterflies. And this one would get part of the butterfly. Actually, almost the whole butterfly. This butterfly. Do a couple butterflies. You know how sometimes they do the three? Here's my don't know where the other two of these are. Sure, why would I know that? Could go smaller butterflies. I am not exactly sure why there is sure, should we try that? Why not? So I'm going to want a little bit of precision here, right? So I'm going to grab my glue stick so I can get this to stay a little bit better. And I'm doing the big one in the middle. So I'm going to start with that one, and I'm going to do black. Actually, I want to see what the twilight looks like. If the twilight pops as much as the black, let's just test it out. Okay, I'm going in the middle. I need a little bit, actually a little bit, not a little above the middle, because that bottom one, the bottom butterfly is a little bit bigger. I don't know if that one's going to work as well. Okay, get that straight and somewhat in the middle would be helpful. Can always come, and as long as my butterflies are straight with each other. Is that straight? Looks straight. And the little one. Do the little one. Get that one on there as straight as I can. Okay, not bad. And then, if that doesn't look straight to me, I could always fix it. Fix my edges a little bit. Now, I'm going to have the centers of my butterflies be at, and try to make sure it's straight, be at 1.5. Have the center of my butterflies be at 1.5. Okay, hold on. 1.5. Oh, it depends where the 1.5 is, because my top butterfly is a little off. Just saying. What do I want to do? It seems like there's something missing. So let's go ahead and cut the corners. What else are usually on these? Because, you know, we've seen this design. So you can take ideas from other designs you've seen. It's not bad. Just the 3 butterflies on there with a little tone on tone in the background. So there's these little stars back there and whatnot. I feel like something else could happen with it though. Ooh, let's just kind of do an all over crackle maybe. Oh, that's not bad. I was going to say I use permanent ink, so I can't make it mottled or anything, but alright, so there's that one. Alright, that one I don't mind. I might have even been better in black. Could even do something like that. It's just hard to line them up. This one, I think, I really like how that one came out. I like the black on the aqua a lot. This one would have stood out more if I had done it in black, but I don't mind that it's also, you know, like that. I like the plum that I used on there, and yeah, this one ended up a little bit busy, but it's not too bad. So yeah, whether you're using painty this needs gonna take a while to dry because it was on paint. Whether you're using, you know, dyed, you know, your coffee dyed paper, or this is I use food coloring on that one, and I have some pans and stuff and just different textures that I use. This was watercolor. I think this was also watercolor, and that one was inks. But also you could do these just on plain cardstock too, and do some tone on tone. That one's like one of my favorites. I don't want to touch it because that black is taking forever to dry. But I really like the black on there. That's striking. I'm gonna do some more of those. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you have a delightful day. Love you guys.